Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today we are at the back of the truck because we're hooking our bulletproof hitch up to our PJ dump trailer, and we're going to go pick up a Kubota BX23S. We're actually going to be going over to Peaks Peak Hobby Homestead because he has offered to let us try out his Kubota BX to see if it may be a good fit for us, because the subcompact tractor, you know, for our uses could possibly be maybe too small for what I'm actually looking to do with it. But the tractor we're going from, we've got the Kubota M6060, which is a utility size tractor. So we're going to get hooked up here and go over to Peaks Peak Hobby Homestead. This is Lucas from Peaks Peak Hobby Homestead, and we got his Kubota BX loaded up. And I'm really excited about getting to try this thing out. I mean, and I really appreciate him doing this for us because, you know, this is something that it's a big buying decision, and to be able to actually take it and try it out and use it for the purposes that you think you could use it for, and to see if it's going to work out, is just such an awesome deal. So we made it back to the house, and this trailer and tractor combination actually worked out really good. So I'm happy to find out that if I do decide to go this route, that I'm going to be able to haul it around and use it maybe for some projects outside the property. So today we're kind of here to figure out whether this tractor really is the Swiss Army knife of tractors. Lucas actually has mentioned that several times in his videos, that it's really good at a lot of things, but it's maybe not the best at any of those jobs. So Lucas, why don't you take us around the tractor here and tell us a little bit about it and kind of some of your thoughts on it.
The Kubota BX, basically a 23 horse subcompact tractor, loader, backhoe. I've said it a lot on my channel. I call this the Swiss Army knife of tractors because it will do just about anything, but it's probably not the best at any one of those things. You can buy dedicated equipment, a mini excavator, a larger tractor, a zero-turn lawnmower. There are lots of options to do the things that this will do. But if you want an all-in-one machine, this does all of those things pretty well.
So on the front loader on this thing though, does this have like the quick attach and all that kind of stuff, where you've either got like one lever and to be able to unhook it and be able to unhook it from the operator seat?
Yeah, you can actually remove the loader without ever getting off of the tractor.
So this is one of the big questions I had about getting one of these small tractors with the backhoe, is how capable is this little backhoe on this small of a tractor?
Well, so I'll tell you, I have done some huge projects on my farm with this backhoe, and I would recommend anybody that's going to go buy one of these, if you don't already have a backhoe, spring for the backhoe attachment, because you'll find yourself needing it just because you have it. I've installed electric lines, plumbing, done drainage ditches, French drains, and the whole works on my property because I have the backhoe.
So Lucas, why don't you go ahead and take us through and kind of show us some of the controls and functions and stuff here on the tractor.
Everything's super simple to use. I'll just hop up here. You've got a parking brake here, which, you know, you just press the little button and it sets your parking brake there. Hydrostatic drive transmission, to where you just literally press forward to go forward, press backward to go backward. You have a high and low range, 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, 3-point hitch up and down, and then your loader functions are mounted right here to the fender, so they don't go with the loader. Your functions on the dashboard are, again, super simple. Your throttle control, just pull down to give it throttle. You have a cruise control right here, so when you press the pedal, you press that knob down, and when you let go of the pedal, it will control your speed and hold it there. You've got turn signals, flashers, and headlights. All right, so the last of controls from the operator station are, you've got your PTO selection. So you have your rear PTO, you can run them both together, or just your mid-mount PTO.
So now that we've gone through everything with the tractor, let's take it down and put it through its paces and try it out.
off of it. All right, I'll move the stump, then I'll push the dirt back up in there. So we got Paul on the Kubota digging a little bit with the backhoe. He's trying his hand on one of the most difficult things you can do, and that's digging out a great big stump. But it's pretty cool to see somebody get on and test it out for the first time. He said he hasn't run a backhoe very much. It's kind of like me. When I got it, I had never ran a backhoe. But the BX is great for new operators to just get on and figure it out. And smaller piece of equipment, you're not going to do quite as much damage with it either, so it gives you a chance to kind of learn from it as you go. Get a little more comfortable and you want, we can crank the throttle up a little and it has more power. This is where you set it to operate, but you get quite a bit more power if you run it up to the 540 mark. That's good. There you get a piece of one. All right, Paul, so 10 minutes in the seat. What do you think?
I definitely feel that there's a little bit of a learning curve to it. This is the first time I've operated, you know, a Kubota BX. I've operated so many excavators in the past and a front loader backhoe combination, but very little, and it's been years ago. So it's kind of like relearning a little bit. I never had a lot of experience with it, but I feel that in a short time I could probably get pretty fluent at it, because some of the controls are actually, you know, coming along, and then it's like it's going smooth, and I'll just forget for a second you know, which one does what, and then it kind of comes back a little bit. So I think you can get the hang of it pretty quick. Yeah,
I think so too. Can you tell anything yet about capability?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised a little bit. Like if you're digging in dirt, it feels like that it'll just dig in dirt with no problem whatsoever. It has tons of power for that. The only time that it doesn't feel underpowered, because you're actually moving the tractor, and I can actually feel the front of the tractor trying to lift quite a bit. It's not that the backhoe is underpowered, it's that it's just not enough weight there to really rip through big roots and stuff.
It's a small machine, and so I think it's balanced well. The capability is right for the size of the tractor, but it has its limitations, and that's its weight. All right, well, we've done about all the digging we can do, or all the digging we want to take the time to do around this stump. I'm not sure that his big tractor will push this out yet, but we're kind of just doing demonstrations, letting him get the hang of the tractor. And so I'll be anxious to see how his tractor does pushing on this, see if we got the stump out. But give me your impressions after you ran it for a while.
Yeah, I have to say I'm actually pretty impressed, because this is a lot of dirt moved in a short period of time. Now, I'm not real fast with it because, you know, like I was saying before, this is the first time me operating the tractor, but and the backhoe, and so no experience on it pretty much. And, you know, I could feel the power and stuff that it has, and it is good for the size of tractor that it is. I wasn't expecting big machine power out of it, but it is very capable. And the amount of dirt that's moved around this tree, you know, and we were actually talking about this a second ago off camera, that now that it's dug down that far below the surface, you can come in and cut roots with a chainsaw, or even, you know, kind of clear out some of the loose dirt and then cut the stump off and then cover it back up with dirt, and it'll be like it was never there.
Yeah.
So even though it may not remove a stump like this in, well, we worked on it 20, maybe 20, 30 minutes or something at the most, but if you wanted to spend the time on it, yeah, you probably could dig it out eventually.
I've seen some big stumps that guys have dug out with these, but a root ripper would help, and, you know, a little more seat time probably for both of us. But I think we made good progress. So
yeah,
fire up that big tractor and let's see what we got.
Right, we'll see what it'll do. Is it moving any?
It barely.
Yeah.
It. I don't think so. Man,
that's tight.
Yeah, it moved like a half inch.
Yeah,
it ain't going. Yeah.
Needs a little more teamwork.
Yeah, just a little bit.